Hey there, it's Jenny, and I am back with another 6x8 pocket page layout that I want to share with you. I am using the Cocoa Daisy Cactus Moon collection today, and I'm very excited about it because this is another layout in my baseball pocket page album. And I am trimming up some 2x3 photos that I printed of my son, and there's a couple of 3x4s that I also printed as well. I am going to be using a full 6x8 layout and then also a layout that has four 3x4 pockets in it as well. I plan on using two full photos and two pocket cards on that side. Now, I really wanted to create some contrast on this particular side. So what I did was I trimmed down a piece of navy blue Swiss dot cardstock. I believe it's super old from Basil, like years and years old. And then I'm going to use these 2x3 photos. Now, however, I'm going to leave one ever so slightly larger than the other two, and it's going to go in the center of the three photos. I'm simply going to place them across in a row for this particular layout on this particular size. This is sort of the way pitching transpires. Obviously, there could be a whole lot more photos, but these are, I just wanted to stick with three. So now for this layout, I want to take a piece of white cardstock and mount it on top of the navy blue. So I'm simply trimming this one down to 5.5 by 7.5, and I wanted a nice border around the outside of the navy blue. I didn't want it to just be really super thin, but I also obviously didn't want it to be overwhelming as either. I just really wanted that big pop of contrast and make this page really stand out. So I've trimmed that so that these three photos will fit width-wise on this one particular layout, remembering that this whole layout is 6 inches wide by 8 inches tall. And I'm going through these foam puffy stickers to see if there's anything in there that I want to use for this particular layout while I'm thinking about the title and the embellishments for this particular page. First, I'm going to adhere the photos. I'm not using a matte since I'm using the white cardstock, and I really want the focus to be on the contrast between the dark navy blue background and the white cardstock. So I decided to not mount the photos on any additional cardstock. Now there are several different beautiful pattern papers that are included in this kit. I really wanted to use this striped to just provide a little 1-inch section of pattern paper right below the photos to sort of give them an anchor right there in the center. Now I'm going through all of the different chipboard pieces and the die cuts as well. The first thing I'm going to do is go through all the die cuts and find the ones that I think could possibly work for this particular layout. So I'll choose just a few specific ones. So for example, that little circle that says go, the larger one with the text, the little black banner, the little sort of arrow banner, if you will, the arrows that are pointing, just all of the ones that feel like they could either by the size, the shape, or the theme as well. So for example, like the go sticker, there is a photo on the right hand side of my son running that seems very particularly go, really seems to go with it, would you not say? Now I'm going to use these acetate triangles. They're very cool. They're very edgy and modern, and I'm going to use one of them to sort of point down at my son pitching, and I love it because it doesn't take up a whole lot of visual space, yet it definitely draws your eye right down to the important part of the photo. Now there are also some tags included, and so I'm flipping through them. I really like them a lot. I'm a big fan of tags anyway, so I was flipping through to find the one that felt very perfect for this particular layout. And now that I have found it, I'm going to adhere it down here because I wanted it to not be directly below the arrow up on the top. I felt like the alternate side would be nice down below. So now I'm going to attach the acetate with my tiny attacher. This just adds that little staple at the top, and I really like that added texture from the staple as well. Now this is just a label for my stash. I just pulled out this light blue label so it would match, and I'm going to trim it at the edge so it sits flush right against, and then I'm going to put this other little die cut up on the top with the text. Now, if you'll recall, the Cocoa Daisy die cuts have adhesive already on the back, so you simply just pull it off and stick it down. It's pretty great. Now I'm looking through the other supplies and the pattern papers to see how I want to build out the cluster below the photos. So I know that I have a variety of colors in that Just Keep Growing card, and so I want to see which colors would match. And I decided that I wanted to go kind of with the pink because it's different. So I simply punched out this pink section in this beautiful watercolor and graphic part, and then I trimmed off one of the edges so it would be flat or have a straight line, and then I put it flush with that tag. Now I'm also going to add a little strip as well, but we'll do that a little bit later. Now I have just added the stamps. I'm going to pull those out and prime it by rubbing it simply on the back of my hand. It helps the image just stamp so much more beautifully. And then press evenly and with firm pressure. And then that little line down there in the center is so cute. I love it. I'm so glad I did it. It adds a little extra contrast down at the bottom to go with the pop of color from underneath from the navy blue cardstock. Now there's also this little phrase, so I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to prime the stamp by rubbing it on the back of my hand. Then I'm going to ink it up with this navy ink, and then I will center it above that little accent that I already put down there. Then I will clean my stamp, and I'm finished with the stamping for now. Now I'm trying to find the perfect embellishment that will go on top of the tag and the punched circle, and I finally found in the chipboard there is just this really great little yellow tag looking thing that has room for the date as well. So I'm going to place a little wet glue on the back. Also, I think that the adhesive is nice on these chipboard shapes, but because they curl up ever so slightly, they don't stick long term as long as I would like. So adding a little adhesive does the trick. Now I'm just handwriting the date right there, and voila. Now I'm trying to show you that stamped image. I'm going to have to show you upside down so that the light lets me show, but I just think it turned out so well, and I'm really happy with that down there at the bottom. Now you can see that's how I'm going to put together the pocket cards. I'm keeping one at the bottom, one on the top, and then they're going to alternate sides. I'm going to just trim a 1/4 inch off the back, however, because I want to, or off the top and the bottom, the top and bottom and the sides, because I want to mat them on the navy blue cardstock as well. So I simply trim the cardstock to 3 inches by 4 inches, and then I'm going to adhere that. That also just provides that pop and really makes those photos stand out. And I rarely do this with this dark color cardstock, so I thought it was kind of fun actually, and I really just do like the way that it looks. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere that down now just using my Scotch ATG gun after I make sure that the photos give just that little 1/4 inch border to the cardstock. I love it. They look fantastic like that. Now, if you haven't watched one of my scrapbooking videos before where I use the Scotch ATG gun, I absolutely love this one, especially in my memory planner since there are no page protectors. But I love the Scotch ATG. The adhesive is super sturdy, and because I've been scrapping 20 years, I have had things fall out of the, or the adhesive fail, and so I love to make sure that these things are going to stay there for as long as they can, I guess. All right, so now I'm going to start placing down some of these embellishments, including the little ghost sticker, or it's not a sticker, it's a die cut with adhesive on the back. So I guess that makes it a sticker, right? And then the little arrows that point, I'm going to have it overlap ever so slightly with the circle and pointing towards the circle. And in the photo, my son is running, so it made some sense. And then this other little flag just right down in the middle. I would have put it at the top, but we have the top have this other one on the top of the card, and so it seemed natural to just sort of move down that other one. And I like it because it's in the center and it really draws your eye right to the middle of this layout as well. All right, so now we're finished except for we are missing our journaling. So I've printed this out on clear sticker paper and I will link the kind that I'm using below. I really like it. I haven't had any problems with it. And I just trim it down to right outside there and then I will adhere it on this card. So peeling the back off is sometimes challenging for me, but that's it. I didn't worry about the line that is on the card. I probably should have and made the journaling a little bit more narrow, but I didn't, and next time I will take better care to do that. So now I'm just going to put these in my page protectors and we are set. Thanks so much for stopping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. If you have any questions, please leave them in the box below and I will do my best to get back to you. Thanks so much and make it a great day.